I want to move on now, and I want to talk a little bit about an interview that Jake Tapper did with the daughter-in-law and advisor to President Trump, Lara Trump. There were a lot of fireworks that went on during this interview. So Jake Tapper asked the daughter-in-law, Lara Trump, why Donald Trump continues to do this. Why does Donald Trump continue to go after the governor, even at a time when the governor's life and her family were in danger? Have a listen to this.
No one should ever feel threatened. No one should ever have this sort of, thing happen to them. This was awful to happen to her. Thank goodness for the Department of Justice that thwarted this attack. But look, people are frustrated around America. And I was just in Michigan last week. I can tell you, people there are telling me that their businesses are being run into the ground because they cannot survive this. They still feel like they are totally locked down. And at a certain point, Jake, I think people are saying, look, we live in the United States of America. We do have some freedoms. We want to get back to some normalcy.
Yeah, these are definitely days of normalcy. So Jake Tapper brought up the online threats that Whitmer has faced, and I want you to have a listen to Lara's response right here.
Well, gosh, I would like to show people my social media and the threats against me, the threats against my children. When you have members of, the Democrat Party coming out and telling people, get in their face, go harass them. I mean, this is not just on one
Joe
side,
Biden
Jake,
isn't.
so.
But Joe Biden isn't saying things like, look, anything against you or your family or your children is horrible, detestable, and I condemn it right now. And if there were any Democratic politicians that were, throwing fuel on the fire, I would say, tone it down. Why aren't you toning it down?
Great point that Jake Tapper just made there. Great point. And he's absolutely right. And I would do the exact same thing because it's wrong. So Tapper asked Lara Trump again why Trump and his team are not toning down the rhetoric. Have a listen to this.
Well, look, he wasn't doing anything, I don't think, to provoke people to threaten this woman at all. He was having fun at a Trump rally.
He's having fun at a Trump rally, just like he was having fun at a Trump rally when people were chanting, send her back, lock her up, lock her up. Again, I'll say it one more time. The woman's life and the life of her family were threatened by a domestic terrorist plot. This is a very, very serious circumstance. And the president gets up there on a stage and he says, well, you know what? I guess this happened. I guess, in a very nonchalant way. No, it's not a guess. There's evidence. The FBI says they have all the evidence. The text messages have already been released. It's not a guess. This woman's life was in danger and the life of her family. Tone down the rhetoric, but I don't think the president is capable of doing it. He's definitely not capable of doing it a couple weeks before the election. And it's wrong. That's all. This isn't about policy. This isn't about political differences. We all have political differences, and it can get nasty at times. But there is never a time where it should be okay for the president of the United States to mock a governor a week after her life was just threatened and the life of her family.